What if one of the most Persian-sounding fruits in the world never actually grew in Persia at all, and scientists spent centuries repeating a mistake nobody bothered to correct? The peach scientific name, Prunus persica, literally translates to Persian plum, a name so widely accepted that for centuries, most Europeans genuinely believed Persia was the fruit's true point of origin. Ancient Greek and Roman writers reinforced this belief, since peaches reached the Mediterranean world through Persian trade routes, making Persia appear to be the source rather than simply the delivery route. Modern archaeological and genetic evidence tells a completely different story. Peaches actually originated in China, with cultivation evidence dating back roughly 7,500 years in the Yangtze River region, thousands of years before Persia ever appears connected to the fruit at all. Chinese peach cultivation predates any Persian involvement by millennia, yet the mistaken naming convention persisted in Western science regardless. Ancient Chinese culture treated the peach as something far beyond ordinary food. Ancient Chinese, from at least the Han Dynasty, associated peaches with immortality and longevity, and peach trees appear repeatedly throughout Chinese mythology, particularly the legend of magical peaches that granted eternal life to anyone who consumed them. This symbolic weight meant peaches carried genuine cultural and even religious significance in China for thousands of years before most of the world had ever encountered one. Peaches traveled westward from China along the ancient Silk Road, reaching Persia sometime before the 1st century, where extensive cultivation and trade networks made Persia the primary point of contact for Mediterranean civilizations encountering the fruit for the first time. This is precisely where the naming confusion originated. Greek and Roman traders assumed the fruit belonged to wherever they personally acquired it, rather than tracing its actual, much older Chinese origins. Alexander the Great's military campaigns through Persia in the 4th century BCE are frequently credited with introducing peaches more directly into the Mediterranean world, as returning soldiers and traders carried the fruit back to Greece and eventually Rome. By this point, the mistaken Persian origin story had become firmly embedded in Western botanical understanding, repeated and reinforced across generations of scholars who had no way to verify the deeper Chinese history behind it. Roman cultivation of peaches expanded significantly throughout the empire starting in the 1st century, and Roman agricultural writers documented specific growing techniques in detail. As Rome's territory expanded across Europe, peach cultivation spread alongside it, reaching regions as far as modern-day France and Britain, carrying the mistaken Persian name deeper into Western consciousness with each new region it reached. European colonization eventually carried peaches to the Americas starting in the 1500s, with Spanish explorers introducing the fruit to Florida and other southeastern regions. Indigenous peoples across North America began cultivating peaches remarkably quickly after their introduction, and by the 1600s, peach trees had spread extensively throughout what would become the southeastern United States, sometimes even ahead of direct European colonial settlement in certain areas. By the 1700s and 1800s, peaches had become so strongly associated with the American South, particularly Georgia, that the fruit developed an entirely new cultural identity completely disconnected from its actual Chinese or Persian historical origins. Georgia's climate proved exceptionally well suited to peach cultivation, and by the late 1800s, the state had earned its now famous nickname, the Peach State, despite the fruit's genuine origins lying thousands of miles away in ancient China. Genetic and archaeological research throughout the 1900s and 2000s finally corrected centuries of botanical misunderstanding, definitively confirming China as the peach's true origin point through DNA analysis and extensive archaeological evidence. Yet despite this scientific correction, the misleading scientific name Prunus persica remains officially unchanged today, a permanent linguistic fossil preserving a mistake first made by ancient traders over 2,000 years ago. So think back to that opening question: a fruit scientifically named after Persia, culturally claimed by Georgia, and mythologically treasured in China as a symbol of immortality, when its actual origin story was hiding in China's Yangtze River region the entire time. The peach's name has been quietly wrong for roughly 2,000 years, and nobody has ever bothered to fix it. The next time you eat one, remember, even science sometimes just repeats an old mistake because nobody thought to ask where the story really began.